Oh, let's see adventurers. Oh, of course, me, I'm done questing for now. Yep. I scaled Hatsong Tower the other day and rescued the fair Princess Eclair. That was one adventure I'm never gonna forget it. Nope. It was just too exciting. It was just bonkers, bro. What did you ever happen? It's a pretty long story. Hey, sounds good to me. Which part of my story do you want to hear, bro? Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. My big bro, that's you, broke at the litter for Princess Peach and took off. Left behind as usual. I was cooking a snack at home and another letter arrived. We don't get so much mail, so I was thinking, this is what the letter said. Sirs, my name is Crepe. I'm a cabinet minister of the far-off Waffle Kingdom. Our land has been attacked by the Chestnut King who took our Princess Eclair. I asked, nay, begged for the assistance. The Waffle Kingdom needs your skills. I humbly request your prompt response, sirs. Sincerely, Crepe. Well, I don't remember it exactly, but I think it went something like that. With Mario, that you, Brogan, it felt to me to answer this plea. Hesitating only a teensy bit, I headed to the Waffle Kingdom to investigate. Oh no, first I wrote a note to myself about what I was cooking. Then I left. Once I reached the Waffle Kingdom, I met Minister Crepe, who filled me in. The Chestnut Kingdom's been kidnapped. Princess Eclair and vanished. Apparently, though, some monocle said a marvelous compass could locate her. The marvelous compass has been broken into 7 parts by an ancient curse, and those parts have been scattered across the land. Can you believe it, bro? Each part of the marvelous compass was said to point to the next. And since one of the parts was embedded in the tiara worn by the princess, I surmised that one and collected all the parts. I find her. Smart, huh? The minister gave me the compass base spoken of in the waffle fables. When it activated, the entire thing lit right up, indicating the deep south. It was pointing me towards the Rumpelpump volcano on the pudding continent. So yeah, here I am. I'm sailing off to Rogueport for Rumpelpump volcano. I'm probably gonna be pretty dangerous, but I gotta rescue that princess. Hey, you remember me? It's me, Bluey. Man, that last battle was hairy. You have no idea. I was so burnt to a crisp, but I actually kind of relieved, if you can believe that. But if you want the whole story, you should just ask Luigi here. Wah ha 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 ha. Like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. As soon as my ship got to the pudding continent, I set off for the volcano. To reach my destination, I spent several days fording through dense jungle. Scary beasts were all over. More than once, I thought I was done for, bro. I may have screamed a bit to scare them off, you know. But as fate would have it, a blooper named Bluey heard me shrieking and found me in this one town. Bluey was on a journey of his own, but he joined me after hearing my tale. Now Bluey's a madman back in his hometown. They call him White Torpedo. Yeah, he's a tough guy. Anyway, he helped me fight to the Rumpelpump volcano. This place is all about bubbling lava pools and heat that make the sun sweat. And the place was lousy. Evil tribes designated to protect the compass piece. The scariest one of all was the gigantic 100-foot tall statue that stomped around. Now the weakness of this giant statue, bro, was a red gem in its forehead. Now, I can't jump high, but not high enough to reach that thing by a long shot, so I came up with a plan for Bluey to hit that weak spot. All you, man, I said. I waited for a pause in the statue's movement and hugged Bluey up there. And bullseye! The White Torpedo saved the day. That jewel got whacked. It was a critical hit, and the stone statue toppled and crumbled to pieces. Once that was done, it was an easy stroll to the room where the treasure was. Unfortunately, Princess Eclair was nowhere to be found. But I got another piece of the marvelous compass and put it in the base. Now the compass pointed west to Plum Valley Village on the Strudel continent. So I set sail once again and came back here to Rogueport to recharge. That's what happened to me lately, but I'm heading back out soon. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. Once we made to landfall on the Strudel continent, we made for Plum Valley Village. Once we got there, though, we immediately noticed that something was wrong. We learned from the mayor that the town was ruled by a giant snake named Hiza. He said his own daughter was gonna be offered up as a sacrifice to the beast, too. So, of course, being heroic, I offered myself up to go in her stead. Brave, huh? Now, the custom was for sacrifices to be dressed as brides, so I got all dolled up. It was one hot sacrifice, bro. I looked so hot, I fooled our foes and got in his lair. It was kind of rough fighting in that gown, but I managed to chiffon. Really chaps, bro. I finally found his and his snake had a second head on its tail. Talk about scary. I fainted real quick, but when I came to, I managed to strike both heads. It reared up fangs, prepared to attack, and at the moment, I definitely lunged left. Escaping mouth smashed into one another, and he vanished in a cloud of smoke. A shiny plate fell down on the spot where his body had been coiled. Yes, another compass piece. I set in, and it pointed east to Circuit Break Island. Just as I was about to leave town, the mayor asked me to stay and marry his daughter. I thought about it. She was sort of cute, but we ended up sneaking off the next morning. I mean, I still have to say Princess Eclair from the Chestnut King. And when the marvelous compass activated this time, I heard somebody's voice. It was so beautiful, bro. I'm certain it was Princess Eclair's voice. My heart began to race. That's when I realized Princess Eclair. I kind of zoned out there. So yeah, we set sail again after ditching town. And somehow we managed to get back here to Roquefort, and here I am. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard the incredible racket. We soon found out that the kart race is almost every day on this island. Whoever takes place in this race gets to rule the island as king for the day. Just as we get to racetracks, they were holding the award ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes right there on the trophy they gave to the winner. It was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was enter the race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These machines were armed with missiles and bazookas. It was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out there pronto. These drivers were crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the Big Green 01. I took my position at the start line. The light went green, I stomped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse. The Big 101 went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into a wall behind me hard enough to cut me off mid-scream. In one fell swoop, I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. All the other karts crashed before my maneuver. Once I got in gear, I took off. I was the only car left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece of the trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me towards Jazzafras down in the east. When I heard that voice, Princess Eclair's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words would form poetry. If spoken by your voice, I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair. Oh, sorry about that, bro. So after that, I got back to my boat and came back here to Roquefort, and that's what's been up with me. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. As soon as we hit Jazzafras Town, we were overcome by the glitz and the glamour. It's a very lively place, bro. Tons of daisies live there, and they're always smiling. But looking for the piece of compass, I met a hip daisy named Hazy. Hazy was a producer, and he was looking for actors to go on stage with him. I told him we couldn't since we were looking for the compass part, you know. But Hazy said we could win the compass part in the upcoming drama slam. He said the so-called drama llama plaque might in fact be one of our parts. Well, we just had to give it a try, so we rehearsed with the cast and hit the stage. Our musical was called The Mystery of the Fiery Hat of Social Awareness. The script was great, but I got really host of a host, bro. My role, my parts. What's grass? I played grass by the side of the road. Grass, bro, grass. I just sprawled out of the ground and had to be silent. Everyone but me had lines. I don't care if I was wearing green. Who cast someone based on that? It was awful. In the end, our musical was the talk of the town, and we won the drama slam. I got the compass part I was after. But even that didn't make me very happy. The huge after party just bummed me out more, so I snuck out the back door. But wow, outside were tons of fans, my fans, fans of grass. They swarmed me, I couldn't believe it. Imagine cheering for grass. I was ecstatic, bro. After that, I added the piece of the marvelous compass which pointed north. It pointed to the rapturous ruins in Grimble Forest. Then the voice again. Oh, my cherished princess. Eclair, how do you soothe me? I would be grass for you. Yes, Luigi is still talking. I will find you. I will reach you. I will stand by your side and be your Luigi. Wow, sorry about that, bro. So yeah, anyway, then I got back to the boat. I came back to Rogueport, and here I am, another leg of my adventure completed. Two more sections, Macho. Like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. After journeying deep into Grimble Forest, I found the doomed archer's ruins. Inside, everything was pure white. You couldn't tell where the floor became walls. Proceeding dead ahead, I found myself in a chamber where a young boy sat. As I approached the boy, someone named Screamy appeared out of nowhere. Screamy said the boy's name was Cranberry, and that he waited for a child of fate. That didn't make any sense to me, so I started searching quietly for the compass piece. But then it happened, bro. I got a tiny tickle in my nose, and I let out a huge sneeze. Well, Cranberry must have heard it, because he opened his eyes right up. He looked at me and smiled, and all of a sudden, I could understand his language. Can you believe it? I learned that the boy was the last of the ancient race, the Loves. He had been there guarding the marvelous compass piece for the last 1,000 years. He told me that the compass is an item with the power to see into the future. The ancient Luff Empire used the power of the compass to rule much of the world. Because of their greed, they were cursed to the compass, and their empire collapsed. To prevent a repeat of their fate, Cranberry broke the compass into 7 parts. He had 6 and kept 1, putting himself to sleep until a worthy hero woke him. I was that hero, bro. He gave it to me, and then the ruins vanished. When I added that piece of the compass, it pointed to the far north where Dread Hate Song Tower stands. This time I heard Princess Eclair's voice more clearly than ever before. I will rescue the princess. I will be super, and then I'll figure the rest out later. Anyway, I headed back here to Rogueport. After that, I'm making my final preparations for my final battle now. I'm a little nervous, bro, but that's what I've been up to anyway. Last one. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, and the part is just crazy, but here it goes. Sun Tower stands atop a jagged, unclimbable cliff beyond the northernmost sea. The winds whistled down the cliff, howling like banshees, singing songs of hate. People say it's pretty much the scariest place in the world, and I had to go there. Blocking out some bone-chilling hours, I somehow managed to reach the tower's door. I was terrified, but though Princess Eclair warned my heart, and gave me power, all the companions felt the same way. They were with me to the bitter end. The door to the tower swung slowly open to reveal an inconceivable darkness. I tried to call out Princess Eclair's name, but I couldn't even breathe because as I strained my eyes in the darkness, I saw the most terrifying beast of all. The Chestnut King himself appeared before me. He was monstrous and drooling. Puddles of toxic goo dripped from his mouth, melting the very ground at our feet. I couldn't stop shaking, but I gritted my teeth and faced the evil beast dead on. I dodged the king's fangs, jumped into his chest, and gave him a hammer whack. My swing split the air and crashed dead center onto the Chestnut King's skull. Hope powered me up, bro. I was going toe-to-toe with the king, and I was loving it. This is it. I thought I can win this. I'll risk it all on my next blow. I gripped my hammer tight and waited for my moment. The tension strung me. Schwack! The open winds raged against the tower windows. With that sound as my call to battle, I advanced with no mercy in my heart. And then... I beat him. I defeated the Chestnut King. An even worse beast came next, a nightmare thing, but I beat it too. I rescued Princess Eclair. It was all over. And then I came back to Rogueport and had a light lunch, and that's about it. You think there's more to the story than that? Not at all. That's it. That's the whole story of the quest for Princess Eclair. The end. But my adventure won't end here, bro. They'll never end.